Hey everyone, Dark Sonic here, and I'm bringing you another episode of Let's Play Bloodborne. In the last episode, well, I should say before that, the episodes got a little bit mixed up on the upload schedule, so I do apologize about that. But, for those who have been paying attention, in the last episode, we made our way through the upper part of the upper cathedral ward, took on two celestial beings, one of which was easy and one that just it just got on my nerve. But in this episode, we're gonna go ahead and head up this way past the One Reborn lamp, and notice there is a bunch of dead people with cages on their heads and sitting in chairs for some reason. But the light is shining on one of them, so let's go ahead and walk up to the body and, or I should say, inspect the mummy and inspect it. As you can see, it pretty much teleported us into the lecture building. This is the Nightmare Realm. Sounds something sort of like the Shadow Realm from Yu-Gi-Oh, but not really that much difference. So let's go ahead and light this lamp. And also, before I had started recording, I went ahead and also upgraded my arcane ability. I'll show that in a few seconds. There's actually a weapon that I need to be able to use in order to take on a certain somebody that I couldn't defeat before. So now we should be able to have no problem. I'm hoping. And I see you up there, mister. You aren't fooling anyone. Oh, and I did forget to switch out my runes. Matter of fact, I did pick up a couple runes that I did miss. So I'll show those off here in just a second. Okay, so I want to go over to the runes. Okay, so one of them was the anti-clockwise metamorphosis. It pretty much is the opposite of the clockwise one, as you can tell, and that'll raise the stamina to 10 by 10%. So that's pretty good. What was the other one? I got Dissipating Lake, one of the lake runes that increases bolt defense. Deep Sea increases frenzy resistance by 200, which is pretty good. I think that was about it on the runes. And for armor pieces, I ended up going back to where we fought the Shadow of Yharnam area, and I got the graveyard set that I missed. I always miss it for some reason, don't know why, but I managed to go back and get it this time. Alright, now let's see. Can't go that way. Let's see. These things are just very creepy. I don't know why, but they just are. Okay. This is what you get for touching me. What did you try? Quicksilver bullets? That's alright. Now we're going here. And I think there is something we can get in here. I can't remember though. Or is it? Probably isn't. Okay, the 3 cords. That's pretty much relating to the umbilical cords we pick up. The Nameless Moon Presence beckoned by Lawrence and his associates, Pale Blood. Okay, so that's just talking about us. And we'll go through that door here in just a second. As you can see, this guy isn't playing around now. And he's just going to use his fists to pound us in. And somehow his fists got fire added to them. And of course he hits a lot harder too. So. Alright. Yeah, he's not too much trouble. Okay. So, let me see. Oh, wait. I'm gonna save that area. Ooh, excuse me. Save that area for later. We'll come back to that in a few minutes, but I don't want to spoil that just yet. Alright, you're dead. More quicksilver bullets. And you guys are in too much trouble. Okay. Now that this area has been cleared, we can go ahead and go through the door. Like I said, we'll go back to seeing what's below that, but let's go ahead and open this up to the outside. You would think it would lead outside, but it really doesn't. It just leads to a different part of the nightmare. Welcome to the Nightmare of Menses. Pretty much that summon that's been helping us for a couple episodes now, which was back with Rom and the last one. This is pretty much his nightmare right here. Oh yeah, that's right. I actually didn't want to come here just yet. I just remembered. We'll go ahead and go through it first to get to the lamp, but we'll come back to it. Okay, now we got these beasts that are up on their hind legs and can generate light bolt now, which isn't good. And they also spew out those leeches again for some unknown reason. You should have been dead. I totally forgot this actually led to the Nightmare of Menses. Okay. One thing you do want to watch out for is this part. Apparently there's a light up there that'll start causing blood frenzy. You want to pretty much just run cover to cover so you don't agitate it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and head back, and I will see you guys back at the entrance to Yargirl Village. Okay, and we're back. Now, if you remember a few episodes ago, there was a person we met down in the Forbidden Woods that gave us the Tonsil Stone, a latticed, deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite. Appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." Okay, so pretty much what you want to do now, even though it may seem silly, this thing that we saw before, you actually want it to grab you this time. So just go ahead and walk into it and it'll grab you. It may seem like it looks like it's killing you, but it's actually teleporting you.
Oh, Amygdala. Oh, Amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what happened, but we got tricked. So we're back in the lecture building again. Now, you may be asking, why did I leave the Mensis Nightmare and come back to the lecture building? Well, this time, instead of being on the second floor, we're actually on the first floor now. So one side will lead you to one area, and one thing will lead you to another. Pretty much, you got 2 routes you can take now. So let's go ahead and go over here to this door.
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know. You're nigh on a beast of the field. But here you are, treading a measure with the gods. Are your feet as fat as your wits? Oh, cease this dithering. Take the plunge. Throw yourself to the wolves.
Okay, I think that's...
Are your... Oh,
yeah, that's all he says. Okay, so for those who don't realize, back in Demon Souls, yes, I'm gonna go all the way back that far, because this is where that's where it stems from. There was a character by the name of Patches the Hyena, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows what he does. But for those who don't, Patches was a question. I don't want to say questionable. He was more or less of a backstabber, and we just picked up a lecture theater key. He would promise you some kind of treasure, and if I remember right, it was in where was it? I think it was the Storm King area of the game, and he would promise you some treasure, but he pretty much turned on you like last second, and of course kicked you down the hole, causing you to pretty much face the Black Phantom, back when they were originally called Black Phantoms instead of Dark Spirits and Echoes and whatnot. But other than that, he was pretty much a sleazebag in my case. And as the games went on, Dark Souls 2 had him as well. You would meet him in the catacombs, and he would also trick you again and knock you into a hole where you had to face 2 hollows that were protecting a maiden at first, but turned hollow because he tricked them. And in, I think he in Dark Souls 3? I don't think he was in Dark Souls. Was it Dark Souls 3, or I think it was I can't remember. I don't think it was in Dark Souls 3. But in this one, he is not called Patches the Hyena, except he is now called Patches the Spider. And you'll see why if I don't die by these things. Okay, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Had a few issues, but they've been taken care of. Now, what was in here? What was in this chest? I forgot. Okay, the Augur of Ebriatus. Okay, where is that at? We can use the empty phantasm shell. Okay, Augur of Ebriatus, remnant of the Eldritch Truth encountered at Burgerlord. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Ebriatus. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from within the old labyrinth and led to the establishment of the choir, which is pretty much that tentacle blast that hunter in the Bergenworth place ended up using against us. So I think that's it for this floor. I think. Might be. have to go back up and then find their way back over to that trap. That won't be too long. This next part shouldn't be too long at all either. But this is also a part I'm not doing. Okay, welcome to the Nightmare Frontier. This is where I wanted to go at first, but of course I took the wrong turn. Okay, so admin's knowledge. Oh shit, I hear one of those things. Okay, so the best thing to do with any of these creatures is just go ahead and try and sneak up on them, of course. But fortunately for us, since I upgraded a little bit more and I'm almost to the max on this saw cleaver, most of them will die in one hit now, so that's good. That's actually what I want. Alright, so we got another lead elixir. I think there was one also hidden down here. Probably was, or that was probably another part I was thinking of. Probably was another part. Okay, yeah, he's down there. Let's see. Okay. Where are we? Big noise this time. And it gives us twin blood stone shards. Don't want to jump down there just yet, because it's actually going to lead to some poisoning to us. I see the other one there. So let's go ahead and try and sneak around. So that's alright. As long as those things ain't after me, I'm happy. Okay. Now we want to come over this way. And I do believe we are going to get attacked here soon. I'm trying to remember when exactly. Because we're supposed to be getting attacked by 2 other hunters. Yep, there he is. Of course he has a gun. But he's no match for us, unfortunately. And this one is using poison darts. But like I said, no match for us at all. Okay, normally I would have a lot of trouble, but now that I am powered up properly, I believe, they're not too much trouble. Okay, now let's jump here. Grab this. Fading Lake. One of the lake runes increases fire resistance. Not too shabby. Where tried your heart out, but it didn't work. Okay, so if I remember right, I think this leads back to the elevator from earlier. Nope, 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 nope. Thank you, come again. Okay, so we got these giants now. You want to watch out for them because they can be quite the pests. Cold blood, flower blood, whatever that was. Watch out for the rocks they throw because they can still hurt you. Note paper. As long as you stay moving, I don't think you're really going to have too much of an issue. Of course, use cover to your advantage. Right. You did that pretty easy. I'm actually proud of myself. Okay, now if I remember right, yep. You use this as a platform. So now we can get back to whichever way we need to go. So now let's go this way. And as you can see, yep, there's Patches. That's the reason why he's named Patches the Spider. He has the body, well, the head of a man, but the body of a spider for some weird reason in here. I don't know why. They just decided to give him that. So ours is not the question. Oh, they're giving me a lot of bloodstone shards, but I really don't need them. Which? No, why not? Drop down there. Stunning deep sea. Adds rapid, well, it increases the rapid poison resistance, which is good. Too much trouble. This next part, though, might be a little bit trouble. Yep, got more of the giants. Bad part about this is I would suggest I don't have no more of the poison. Yeah. Alright, well, have no more of the poison. Let's do that. Alright, so we got more of the giants. Let's see what we got. 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 Let's sure don't. Darn it. Well, you just gotta watch out for it now. Alright. Well, oh, shoot. I totally forgot about those enemies. Okay. Make sure you have a sedative in case here. Because as you can see, those things right there with the glowing head are bad news. Those things can cause blood frenzy. So my recommendation that I've learned is wait till he can get up here. If he does decide to, that is. Quick sedative. Alright. Those things are bad news. Bad news. Yep, that happened. Yep, I'm dead. I thought I could make that jump, but I guess not. Okay, see you guys back here in a second. Okay, just a quick little note. I know I'm not back to where I was, but I wanted to show this off because I forgot to get it. We got another version of the clockwise metamorphosis that ends up raising our HP a little bit more than 5% this time. So I wanted to show it off. It's right here. If you come over that bridge that we made, and as soon as I get out of here, I'll be able to show it to you. That little side bridge we made. And yeah, that's pretty much where it'll be. So see you guys in just a second. Actually, I should have went down there. It's a lot less painful to fall from. Wanted to show this off real quick, what happens with patches. And as you can see, he pretty much screwed us over again. Just like he normally does. Okay, so this is not a good place for us to be. But since we do have some cameras, we should be alright. If I'm right, there should be something over here. Let's go ahead and go back and check this way. I really should have came this way, but I was trying to avoid coming down here. poison resistance. Which one has the best? White church hat. I think it's that should give us a little bit more defense yeah, I forgot these things can attack. But they're not too much trouble. Alright. Get out of the way. Yeah, forgot. Okay, curse the blood, a dead blood gemstone. It is, I think that was the only other one. Okay, so we got the messenger gift. I think that was key item. I think. Huh, where is it? Oh, enveloping black mist changes user into messenger. Okay, so pretty much that's just like what cloak. What was it from Dark Souls? Try to remember. I think it was it was a spell that you could use to cloak yourself and turn into an item. Chameleon, that's what it was. Chameleon. Pretty much what Chameleon did in Dark Souls, so that's a useful thing to have for PvP. So these things are going to drop something I don't know. Trek. Hate it. But it's worth it for a few good items. Okay, so now I want to try and get through here without dying, hopefully. Alright. We are good to go. Now I want to go ahead and put on my highest defense. If I have any. That's... wow. And with the Charred Hunter set still has the highest. it'll give me a little bit of a defense, but where is it? It's still down there. Come on, I need you to come up so I can have you turn around so I can slice you open. Come on, there you go. And it's creepy to see those things have all those eyes. Saturday. Okay, we are in business. Well, shit. That works, I guess. Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, so let's go ahead and keep moving. Don't drop down here. It'll lead back to where we just were. Oh yeah, that's right, he's around the corner, I think. Yep. And it's creepy hearing them things sing. Okay, so we got another lead elixir. Hesitant on going down there and getting the item, but I think it's something we don't. I can't remember. Okay, good. Got an elevator here, thank God. I gotta go back up here and get some more blood vials. And actually, I think... Yeah, let me go ahead and... actually, I'm going to go ahead and go back and level up some as well. Because I do have enough extra clerical, so... Give me a sec and I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. I didn't have much to level up on my on my character, but I did level up. Well, not level it up, just edge it a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and now go ahead and take on the boss of this area. The boss of this area isn't too hard, at least in my opinion, but once you figure out the pattern, he's pretty much a joke. Just like the one reborn. Okay. Say hello to Amygdala. Looks like one of those giant things. Now the trick to fighting this guy, as you can tell, regular attacks on his body won't work. What you have to do is you have to hit him hard. Which is hard, but at one point you will okay, and with that, Amygdala has been defeated. Like I said, he, she, it, whatever. It's a fairly easy boss, but if you avoid its swings, you're pretty much okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and light the lamp. And I think that'll be it for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a comment on how I'm doing with this. I know I've been doing it since Doom came out, which was last year. But I still like to know if there's anything, you know, that I can do to improve, anything new that I can add to it. So hopefully everyone is enjoying it, anyone that sees it. And if you're also new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to stay notified with what I do. Also hit the notification bell. And I think that's about it. I will see you guys in the next episode.